Have you ever been to a website where they had an AI chatbot live, which could help customers with answering questions, booking appointments, and do a bunch of other tasks? And maybe you thought that having something like that for your own business would be really great to convert website visitors into customers, or maybe you wanted to learn how to do it so that you can sell it to other businesses? Well, if that's the case, then this video is perfect for you, because in this video, I'm going to be building an AI website chatbot for customer support from scratch and completely live. We're going to go end to end and you will see all that it takes to create an AI chatbot. I have been in this space for the last 2 years and I have built over 100 AI chatbots for different businesses across different niches. If you watch this video till the very end, you will be well equipped to create an AI customer support chatbot for literally any business type out there. So if you're ready, let's get started. By the way, do you want to see what we have built? So I am recording this particular part of the video after creating the entire chatbot. So let's go ahead and see what we have built throughout the video. Okay, so here is our chatbot. It starts off by saying, "Hey there, I'm Lisa from Clean Homes. How can I assist you today?" After that, we had 3 options. We can either go ahead and book the service, or we can just browse or look at their pricing and plans. So let's go ahead and explore their pricing and plans. After that, it shows us the different packages and pricing options they offer, basically in the format of a carousel. Whichever you're interested in, you can go ahead and click on book now. After that, it gives you more details about that particular plan and it asks you if you have any questions or if you want to get into the booking process. So let's say I'd like to book. As soon as you say that, it will start the booking process wherein you have to give it a few details. For example, your name, your phone number, etc. Okay, so I provided it with my name, phone number, and address for the booking. And now it's asking for my preferred date and time. So let's say 22 of August at 4 p.m. Okay, so booking confirmed. And if we go back to the database, we will see that a new row has been added for the new booking. So let's say thanks. That's it. The chat has ended. This time, let's start another chat and let's suppose I have questions, I'm not sure about it. So let me ask it. Do you offer a guarantee of your services? What if I don't like it? And let's see how it handles that. Okay, so it's telling me that they offer a 24-hour satisfaction guarantee and it's explaining that further. And all of this information is coming from the knowledge we have uploaded to the AI chatbot. Okay, so let's say I'm convinced, but I'm not sure which one to go with. Now it's going to help me choose a plan. So what's your main goal right now? Well, I just need to, let's say, get a regular maintenance. How often do you need it? So let's say weekly. What's your home size? It's medium. Okay, now based on that, it has recommended the recurring cleaning weekly plan and it's also giving the details about the same, like what you'll get, your pricing, etc. If you have any other questions, you can ask it. And if you're ready, you can go ahead and book just the way I did before this chat. So if you want to create something like that, stick till the very end because we're going to go through the entire process step by step. So the platform that I have been using for the past 2 years to create these AI chatbots for my clients has been VoiceFlow. Now, this video hasn't been sponsored by VoiceFlow or anything. It's just that I have been using it and that's why I'm recommending it to you. But yes, if you use the link in the description to create an account here, I will get some commission out of that. So whether you choose to use that link or go directly, I hope you've landed here. After that, all you have to do is click on Get Started for free. Now, for the purpose of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to start with a free account. I'm not going to use the one we use generally because that's a paid one and I would just want to show you the user experience for a free account. Okay, so the account has been created. I used one of my other personal Gmails to create it and it literally took 2 minutes. Now here is the onboarding. I'm just going to skip the tutorial for now. Okay, so right after skipping it, I landed somewhere here and it opened this AI agent. All I'm going to do is close this And I'm going to come out of this. Okay, so this is how the dashboard looks like for this particular platform. As you can see, we are on a trial account at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on customer support here to start creating a new agent. Now, if you want, you can just tell it what all you need, etc., and it's just going to create it for you. But I generally like to start it completely from scratch. So I'm just going to go with this, and later on I'm going to delete everything that it has created. Okay, so it did create one. We're just going to close this. And as you can see, they have created a couple of agents and have linked it together. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all of this. Okay, now we have a fresh canvas to start with. The first thing I'm going to do is I will head over to settings and I will change the name. I'm just going to call it AI website chatbot. If you want, you can include your business's name here. Once done, let's go back to the canvas. Now, with the introduction of these agents, there is no need for you to create those long, workflows inside here, because most of the tasks can be easily handled by this agent, and it's also quite conversational. So, you're just going to drag and drop the AI agent and connect it to the start node. Let's give this a name. So I'm just going to call it the AI agent. Once you click on this, it's going to either ask you to select an existing agent. Now, these are the ones which VoiceFlow provides you with, and I'm not going to go with any of them. I'm just going to click on new agent. If you want, you can also search their community, but for now, let's go with new agent. And now this is where the entire magic is going to happen. This is the place where you add the prompt for it. This is the place where you connect your different tools or platforms. And these are a few more extensions to the AI agent, which we're going to talk about. Now, before we lock in and create the AI chatbot, I would like to give you a quick introduction about myself. My name is Yashica Jain, and I'm the founder of Automates AI. We specialize in integrating AI systems for businesses. So if you want to integrate AI into your business or have a custom project in mind, don't forget to check out the link to our website in the description below. If you want to keep learning AI and automation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and do follow me on LinkedIn as well as X. Also, I'm an AI consultant, so if anyone's interested in a one-on-one call, then don't forget to check out the link to my calendar in the description. Now we can get right back into it. The first thing that we have to do is write the prompt. And even before that, I want you to fix your mind about what this AI customer support chatbot is going to do. What are going to be its features? Now, for the purpose of this video, we're going to keep in mind a hypothetical business. So this is going to be a house cleaning business. And the job of this AI agent is going to be 1. To answer customer questions using a knowledge base. 2. Book appointments with customers who are interested in house cleaning services and also collect their information like their name, phone number, email, address, and all of that stuff. And 3. We would also want to display our prices as a package through this AI chatbot. So if you're building it for your own business, I would want you to pause the video and decide upon the features you would want to include in this AI agent. Once the things are clear, we can get into writing the prompt. Now, every time you're defining a section or a heading for the AI agent, you're going to put double hashtags and then put the heading name. And beneath this, you can put any content that you want to. This defines the different sections of the prompt for the AI agent. So no matter how long your prompt is, the AI agent will be able to, easily navigate through it and, timely respond to the customers. So the first section of this prompt is going to be the identity. So we're going to start off by telling it that you are Lisa. Now you can change the name. A customer support agent for, and then you can put your business's name. So I can say Clean Homes. I just made it up. And then in one line, you can just summarize what your business does basically. If it's a service business, what does it offer? If it's a product business, what does it sell? I have given it this description about the company. Clean Homes is a house cleaning company that provides professional cleaning services for homes, offering these packages, blah, 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 specialized services like kitchen, bathroom, and move-in, move-out cleaning. Then you have to tell it its role or its main objective. You are supposed to convert website visitors into customers. Most of the people that are going to interact with you are already interested in our services, but might need some additional assistance, answers to their questions, or booking help, and your job is to assist them with the same. Now, I've told it that, most of the people that are ever going to interact with you already are interested in the services, right? That's why they're there on the website. And they just need some sort of assistance, maybe answers to their questions, pricing details, booking help. And your job is to assist them with the same. And if you want, you can also add a bracket here saying that you are live on our website, so that it knows that, okay, it's living on the website and not anywhere else. So this is a pretty good identity that you could give to your AI customer support chatbot. Next section of the prompt is going to be the tone. Now, why you would not skip this is because this is the exact part which gives you control over how this AI chatbot is basically speaking or interacting. You can train it for your own business's tone. Now, I would not want you to stress a lot about this section at the moment, but as you go, you can, keep on adding more and more to it. Now, in order to specify a bullet point, you're going to use a hyphen. Okay, so here goes our first bullet point. So the first one is going to be concise. I don't like when these AI chatbots give long and long answers, and it's difficult for the customer to, just understand what it's trying to say. So it's just better to say in less words because it's a chatbot, right? They're reading it. We don't want to make it a difficult experience. So if you want to add more to it, you can put a colon and then say, try to say more in fewer words. Okay, now the next point is pretty obvious. It's going to be friendly. And then I have just elaborated saying you need to interact with them as if you're their friend and you are there to just help them. Now, if this seems dumb to you, it's not, because this one line can make a big difference on how it's sounding and the types of messages it's giving. The next point we can add here could be clear. So use simple everyday language, and avoid jargons. Okay, so this makes the chatbot more relatable. You can also say make the experience as easy as possible. Or you can say make the chatting experience as easy as possible. Okay, great. Now I'm going to just stop at 3 points here. Now you will have to have at least 5 to 7, and the other points really depend on the tone of your business, how you generally deal with your customers. So I will leave that part to you for now. Next up is going to be the conversational flow. Now, every time there's a new person chatting to it, it's going to use this exact conversational flow that you're going to put here to chat with them. It's not going to make its own decisions. It's not going to select its own parts. You have to define it. Now, in the conversational flow itself, we always start with the introduction. Also, double hashtags are used for defining the different sections of the prompt. Basically, you can think of it as a subheading or heading level 2, whereas 3 hashtags are used for even breaking it down further. So inside conversational flow, this is a subheading, okay? If you use just 1 hashtag, then that is like the main title of it. Now, for the introduction, you can give it like one description and then an example. So the description is pretty simple. Introduce yourself as Lisa and ask them how you can assist them today. Or if you want, you can also say introduce yourself as Lisa from Clean Homes and ask them how you can assist them today. After that, you can give it an example. Okay, so here's a basic example. Hey there, I'm Lisa from Clean Homes. How can I assist you today? Now, you can obviously change it as per your business, but this is the most generic introduction that an AI chatbot can have. We obviously always customize it as per the business, but in this case, since it's hypothetical, we're just going with generic stuff. If you want your introduction to be a little longer, you can also mention that, I help with so and so, and then how can I assist you today? And to go a step further, you can even give it more examples and not just stick to one. So if you were to put another example, you can just say example 1 and example 2. So here's the other example I've written. Hi there, looking for help with house cleaning today. Now I know it's very different from the first one, but it's just a way to make your AI chatbot dynamic so that it's not sending the same intro message to every customer out there. After that, since we want to wait for their response, we're just going to put wait for their response. Now, if you just want to have a chatbot with conversational capabilities, you can go forward with this. But if you also want to have buttons to, help the users with the chat, you can also say include buttons for, and then you can mention all the different ways they can go with. So I mentioned 3 in the beginning. One is answering questions, second is booking appointments, and third is getting pricing information. So I'm going to say include buttons for yes, just browsing, or need info. So if they go with yes, it basically takes them with the booking appointment flow. If they go with just browsing, then it goes to the knowledge base answering and stuff. If they click on need info, then it shows them the pricing and packages and gives them the information. And if you are going with this, you will have to toggle on the buttons here, and you can keep this as is. If you don't want to go with buttons, you can skip this line and also turn this off. And yes, you can even have more buttons if you want to, but I think 3 is the best start for you. Now you have to basically create 3 different paths from here. What happens if they select yes? What happens if they select this? And what happens if they select this? Now the easiest one here is just browsing, because they might have a question, you look into the knowledge base and answer. So we're just going to start with that. So let's put 3 hashtags and just put just browsing. So now we're going to put a bullet point and say if they select just browsing, it means that they are interested in our services, but just don't have a direction in mind. You need to help them by clearing this confusion or by helping them make a decision. So you can start off by asking what they are interested in. Do they want to know more about our services? Have any specific questions in mind? Or if there is anything else you can help them with. And let's also mention, do they want to know more about our services? Need help with choosing a plan? Or have any specific questions in mind? Or if there is anything else you can help them with. Display buttons for the same. So just browsing means they start open-ended. Maybe they want to know about the services, maybe they want to compare plans, maybe they want to ask a certain question, or maybe they just have some other thing they need help with. So we're just going to give them the options so that they can actually just select and go from there. Now, if you want to create bullets inside this point, all you have to do is put some spaces and then create a bullet. If they want to know more about the services, search the knowledge base and give them details regarding the same. So basically, we, clean bathrooms, kitchen, all of that. You can just search the knowledge base and tell them that we do so and so. Okay, let's put the next bullet point. if they need help with choosing a plan. Ask them 2 to 3 questions to understand their needs and suggest a package or a plan using the knowledge base. Okay. The next one is if they have any questions, use the knowledge base to answer them. If they need help with something else, listen to their problem or issue and try resolving it or directing them to the correct solution. Now again, in case of your own business, you will have to come up with at least 5 to 7 different points that people can go with if they select something like just browsing. Is it more of product recommendation? Do they have a problem? Do you have a lot of packages and they need help with choosing the best one? So you have to think about that for your own business. But for the just browsing one, it's just better to give a couple of options. 4 to 5, and then also an option for other. Okay. And after that, you can add a line that says, after assisting, always ask if there is anything else you can help them with. And you can also mention if pricing or packages or plan related, go to the need info flow. If appointment booking related, go to the appointment booking flow. If they're done, exit to the end exit condition. Now let me explain what's happening here. So let's say that it has helped them and now it's asking, is there anything else I can help you with? And maybe they want to go with appointment booking. Maybe they're convinced to book an appointment or book a cleaning service, or maybe they want to get pricing information, or maybe they're just done. In that case, we're telling it what to do. So if it's appointment booking, go to the appointment booking flow. If it's this, go to this. Now, if they're done, you're going to exit to the end exit condition. Now, for this, we're actually going to create an exit condition, which is called end. So when the conversation is complete, exit to this condition. So this is one of the ways to exit out of the conversation. And if you close this, you will see that you literally have basically a node you can connect to after this condition. And what we're going to do here is that we're going to select actions and then end. So basically what's happening here is that if they go with end, it just ends the conversation and closes the chat. They can't chat any further. If you don't have this feature, then the chat will go on and on and on, and there is no stop for it. So I would recommend having this exit condition. Okay, so before we move forward, let's quickly test it. So in order to test it, you click on run and it's going to start the conversation. So hey there, I'm Lisa from Clean Homes. How can I assist you today? So if you see here, it's not using the same example I had given it, but it's, kind of trying to, change that. For example, it just added this emoji here, right? That's exactly what we want. We don't want it to send the same message again and again. Okay, now a thing here is that it said, "How can I assist you today?" And it just showed yes, which is wrong. Instead, it should have showed something like book a cleaning service or something similar, right? So just browsing is fine, need info is fine. So let's fix that. Actually, I think it's my fault because I gave it the buttons as yes, just browsing and need info, but that was as per example 2 and not as per example 1. So we're just going to change it to book a cleaning service or maybe a house cleaning service. Okay, so book a house cleaning service, just browsing, need info, and you can add more buttons if you want. And here also, instead of the appointment booking flow, we can just put this name so that it's consistent throughout the chat or the prompt. Okay, so now we're going to click on run. The reason why I went with this live build is so that you can also see the mistakes that are done, how it's fixed if something is wrong, and what is the thought process behind it. Otherwise, if I wanted, I could have just given you the end prompt, but that doesn't teach a lot, right? So hey there, I'm Lisa from Clean Homes. How can I assist you today? So book a house cleaning service, just browsing, need info. Now since we have just done this one, I'm going to click on this. Also, if you want, you can type something. It's not necessary that you always choose a button. You can also type. So great, I'd love to help you figure out what you're looking for. What are you most interested in today? Learn about our services, help choosing a plan. I have specific questions, something else. Now, if I want, I can choose from the buttons, or if I want, I can type directly. Okay, so for the time being, I'm going to click on this. But the thing is that we haven't specified a knowledge base yet. So from where is it going to get the information? So first, let's set up the knowledge base. Now I want you to open up a new document either inside Google Docs or inside Microsoft Word to create the knowledge base of this chatbot. So let's rename this as knowledge base. Now, this particular document needs to be divided into different sections. For example, one section for services, the other section for hours and location, the other one for, say, pricing, so on and so forth. So you have to basically categorize the information. Now, under each section, you can firstly have the information about that section. For example, you can have information regarding the services in this case. And secondly, you can have the frequently asked questions for that particular category. And the frequently asked questions need to be in this format: question and then the answer. And similarly, you can have different sets of question and answers for that particular section. The same applies for all the different categories. Now, the more information you put into this, the better. Also, just pay a little bit of attention to the formatting. So using larger font size, right? Using the correct bullets, etc. Now, if you have a lot of information for each category, you can also create different documents for each one of them. For example, services, clean homes, hours and locations, clean homes, pricing, clean homes, and you can create multiple documents. You can also create a category for miscellaneous so that all the questions that cannot be categorized can be put there. Once your document is ready, you can download it as a PDF. Now, since this is a hypothetical business and I don't have any knowledge base, I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me write these, and we're going to upload that to the chatbot. Okay, so I've written a simple prompt. I've told it, help me draft a knowledge base document for clean homes divided by sections, example, services, pricing, hours and location, etc. I'll just remove the comma from here. Make sure each section has the information in a well-formatted way, and also add about 5 to 10 frequently asked questions per section. Add dummy information for now because I don't have any real information, but I've given it some direction. I've told that the services should be standard cleaning, deep cleaning, move in, move out cleaning, and recurring cleaning. The pricing can be for one room and one bath, and mention that the price increases by X dollars per room or bath. And then for recurring, we can just offer the discounts. So I'm just going to hit send and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so clean homes knowledge base. Now the first section is services. We have the information. Then we have a few FAQs. Okay, in Q&A format. Okay. Actually, I forgot mentioning Q&A, but it still did it in that format, which is great. Then we have pricing. Okay. Then FAQs, then hours and location. Okay. Booking and policies. I can also tell it to add some miscellaneous question and answers as well. Okay, so it made a shortcut for this one, and then we have miscellaneous. Oh, great. So let me just copy this part from here, and let me just put it here. And then I'm going to copy the miscellaneous one and paste it there. Let's just add a line break here. So insert horizontal line. Okay, great. So we have the services, the FAQs for that, pricing, FAQs, hours and location. Okay. Great. So we have 5 sections, but you need to have as much as possible in the knowledge base document. So I'm just going to download it as a PDF. Now coming back to VoiceFlow, in order to upload this, you will have to go to this brain-like icon, which is for the knowledge base. After that, click on Add Data Source and select Upload File. Let's upload the file we had just now created. For the LLM chunking strategy, I'm just going to go with FAQ optimization, and I'm going to click on import. Similarly, if you have any other documents that can be helpful for the AI agent, don't hesitate to upload it, even if it's not in the format I explicitly told you. It's fine if you just have one main document in that format and the other documents might be just, raw information. That's fine. Now, if you click on Add Data Source again, you will be able to see that you can actually put in URLs, basically websites, and it can fetch information from there. So just to give you an example, I will put my website's URL here. I will put the refresh rate as weekly or monthly, depending on how often your website's content changes. And then for the LLM strategy, I would go with smart chunking. And I will click on import, and let's click on yes. Now, all the data that is there on the website can be easily accessed by the AI agent. Since this is not relevant, I'm just going to delete it. Also, apart from that, you can also put in plain text or connect it and import data from Zendesk. Okay, so knowledge base is done. Let's go back to workflows. Okay, we haven't named the agent yet. So let's click on edit and let's name it. Okay, so I've named it Lisa, Customer Support Agent. Okay, now talking about the model. So if you want to go with Anthropic, I would recommend Claude 4, which is Sonnet. And if you want to go with OpenAI, I would recommend 4.0 and not GPT-5 for a few reasons. It could change in a few months, but for at least now, I would just go with 4.0. But right now, I just want to stick to my Claude model, Claude 4 Sonnet. The temperature should be 0.3. I think it's pretty healthy. And the maximum tokens can be increased to 1,000 if that model supports it. Just make sure this knowledge base toggle button is on so that it can access the knowledge base. If you turn it off, then it won't be able to access it. And there's no need to change anything here for now. The chunk limit 3 is all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick chat with it. Just browsing. Great, I'm here to help you figure out what might work best for you. What are you most interested in learning about today? Learn about our services, help choosing a plan. I have specific questions, something else. Let's go with learn about our services. Now, if you see here in the logs, the AI agent has already used the knowledge base. So if you want to basically assess what it's doing, you can always have a look at the logs. Okay, so perfect. Let me break down our cleaning services for you. So our main services, standard cleaning, deep cleaning, move in, move out, recurring, what's included, special features. Okay, great. I'm personally impressed with this. Now it's up to you if you want to keep these emojis or remove it. Depends on you, but I think it's fine for now. Now let's ask it a question. So I'm not going to ask it directly, but let's still see from here what we can ask it. So, okay, there's one question that is, what if I'm not satisfied? And then it says we offer a 24-hour satisfaction guarantee. So let me just rephrase that. So what if I use your service and I'm not satisfied. I'm a person with OCD, so it's difficult to impress me when it comes to cleaning jobs. So I totally understand your concern. Having high cleaning standards is completely valid, and we want to make sure you feel confident, blah blah blah. And then it has told we have a 24-hour satisfaction guarantee. So if you're not completely satisfied with our work, we'll come back and make it right within 24 hours at no extra charge. Now I think this part is a bit extra. Even if it did not include this, I think it would have done the job. So, would you like to know more about our deep cleaning service, or do you have any other questions? So, I hope you understand that even if they don't type the exact same message here, but if they mean the same thing, it can still use the knowledge base and give them an answer. Also personalizes the response based on what they have typed here. Let's do another round of testing this time. This time I will go with help choosing a plan. Let's see how it recommends one. Okay, so what type of cleaning are you looking for? Regular, one time, move in, move out? Not sure yet. So let's just go with regular. How often would you like your home cleaned? I like it actually. We had not mentioned these questions in the prompt, but it still came up with the questions it should ask. So, what's the size of your home? Let's just go with medium. Based on your needs, the weekly recurring plan is going to be the best one. Okay. And has also given the pricing. It has told what's included. So, is there anything else you'd like to know about this plan, or would you like help with booking? So, if you see here, this is a very smart move. As soon as it recommends the plan, just swiftly goes into the booking flow, which I think is great. Okay, so I'm overall satisfied with the just browsing, section of our chatbot, and now we can move on to the next one. Obviously, you can change it as you want. In case you don't like anything about it, you can always come here and change that particular part in the prompt, add a few things, maybe add some notes. But I think we're good. Okay, so we've just completed the just browsing section, and now it's time for the need info section. After that, we're going to move on to the booking appointment flow. Now, for the need info section, I'm presuming that the customer needs information about the plans we offer, the prices, etc., and maybe a few answers to their questions. So, the goal here would be that as soon as they click on need info, we actually display a carousel with all our different plans and include the pricing there. Apart from that, we ask them if they have any questions or if they want to move forward with the booking process. Because otherwise, this one would be just like the just browsing one, where we're asking them what info do you need and we're just providing it. Instead, I would like to show them a carousel. You can also think of this as a way to, visually show them the different plans or packages that we offer. Okay, so let's just create another subsection here. So 3 hashtags, and we're going to go with need info. Now to save time, let me just copy paste stuff from here. So if they select need info, it means they're interested in our services but want to know about our packages / pricing. Also, instead of plan, I think I should just change it to package. You need to help them by clearing this confusion or by helping them make a decision. No. You need to help them by displaying the carousel that clearly shows our packages along with their pricing. Okay, great. Now, what is a carousel? A carousel is a way for you to show them an image, title, description, price, and also give a button if necessary. So each package or plan can have one card basically, and they can scroll across it to see the different packages. You will understand it better when we will be creating it. So before we move forward with this prompting, we will have to create the carousel. So let's go here and pick up the carousel from the talk section. There you go. So as you can see, you have an option to add an image, title, description, and button, and you can similarly add other cards to it. So if we go back to the knowledge base, you can see that we have 4 different services: standard, deep, move in, move out, and recurring. So we can have 4 different cards. So one for standard and so on and so forth. So let's give the title for the first one. So card 1 is going to be standard cleaning. Now in the description, I would first want to mention the price because otherwise it gets cut off. So let's mention the price here. Okay, copy and paste. Now I don't think this is quite readable, so let's just ask ChatGPT to create it into a sentence sort of a format. Okay, so convert this into a short sentence. Okay, cool. So 80 for 1 room, 1 bath, plus 20 per extra room, plus 15 for extra. Okay, now let's create a button. So to do that, just click on plus, and now we can give our button a label. So let's call it book now. Now what happens when you click the button? That is something we will set up just in a moment. Okay, so what's remaining now? It's the image. If you already have an image which you can use here, great. If not, we can always use ChatGPT to create the image for us. So let's head over to ChatGPT. Okay, so I have written a very, very simple one for this. Generate a 3:2 banner for the standard cleaning plan. Make it look visually appealing. Now, after that, you can add your business's color palette. So use, for example, use the color blue, white, and gray, whatever it is. You can mention that. But since I don't have that information, I'm just going to start off with this and then improve it if needed. This is going to take some time to generate. In the meantime, let's go ahead and create the other cards. So the next one is deep cleaning. And for the description, let's just use ChatGPT again. I'm using the same one we used before because it already has the instructions and we want to keep it same for all the carousel cards. So let's copy this and paste it. Now we're going to add a button, book now. And if you're wondering why I used 3:2, actually, if you use like a square one, the sides are going to cut off. And if you use 3:2, which is a rectangle, it will fit properly inside this. Let me also put the title for the next one. Okay, now the description and the description for the last one. Reason I'm going with these short sentences is because if I use long paragraphs, the things are going to cut off, and that's not what we want. Okay, so here is the image for the standard cleaning plan. Let me open it up. Okay, so I've told it that the glove must only have 5 fingers and not 6. The white title is not visible against the light background, and make the title either dark or navy blue or black in color, right? Let's hit send and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, we had to create a button for this one, the last one, book now. So let me name it the carousel for plans and pricing. Okay, now it's going to take some time to generate the images. In the meantime, let's go back to the prompt. Now, I think need info is not that easy to understand. We can just replace it with pricing and plans. Yeah, I think it's more easier because then the first one is book a house cleaning service. Then we have just browsing, and then we have pricing and plans. It's way more understandable than just than need info. So let me just replace it here and here, and also so if pricing and plans related. Okay, great. The goal is to make the chatbot as easy to navigate as possible so that the other person or the end user is not scratching their head around it. Okay, so here's the image. Now the glove has 5 fingers, which is good. Then we have standard cleaning plan. I think this is pretty fine. I'm just going to download it. Let's go back to the carousel and I'm going to upload it for the first one. Now inside this very same thread, I'm going to also ask it to generate the other images so that all the images look similar. Okay, so I've told it generate another one similarly, but for the deep cleaning plan, change the gloves and all of these to something that resonates with deep cleaning. Now, just like we created this exit condition for end, so basically when the customer wants to end the conversation, they just go to this route and the chat closes. Similarly, we will have to create another one for the carousel so that it can, basically come out of the AI agent flow and display the carousel. Now, I know they have carousels as an option here, but it's not that reliable. So I'm just going to go with the static carousel and we're going to create an exit condition for pricing and plans. Okay, so the LLM description can be exit when the customer expresses interest in pricing or plan details. Okay, so we have the image for deep cleaning as well. I won't say it's great, but I mean it's fine. So let's download it. Let's go back to the carousel, scroll down, and upload it here. Let's give it the command for the next one so that it can do that while we're doing the rest of the job. So I've just said generate another one, but for move in, move out cleaning, I'm not giving it a lot of information because we have trained it previously. Okay, let's go back. So now each time they go with pricing and plans, I want to show them the carousel. So I'm just going to connect the both like this. And now after the carousel has been shown, we also want to, take it back to the AI agent so that they can continue the conversation. Now, if they click on book now, the AI agent won't know that they're interested in the standard cleaning. So we need to set a variable here. So just go to actions and set variable and just select value. And let's set the last utterance as interested in standard cleaning plan. Yeah, so interested in standard cleaning plan and that goes back to the AI agent. So if I move this here, as soon as they click on book now, it firstly changes the last utterance, which is the variable that the AI agent uses to understand what the user typed previously, to interested in standard cleaning plan, and that goes to the AI agent so that it can continue the conversation. Same thing for this as well. So action, set variable, value, last utterance, and we have to set it to interested in deep cleaning plan. And don't forget to connect it back to the AI agent. Actually, it should be interested. Okay, let me just copy this and let's do it for this one as well. Okay, so last utterance, and we will connect it here. And this one as well. Let's connect it. Now, it should look something like this for you. Now, why are we assigning the last utterance variable to this? Because that is the exact variable where the customer responses are stored and at which the AI agent looks into, right? So that's why we have assigned it to the last utterance. Let's see if the image has been generated. So move in, move out cleaning. Okay, it's fine. Let's upload it. Let's also do it for the recurring cleaning. Next, recurring clean. Once you've trained the thread, there is no need to write complete prompts again and again. Even if you just, say next is this, it will still know that, okay, I have to do this and I have to have a 3:2 banner, etc., etc. So no need to do prompting each time. Now, what if they don't click on any button and they just type something? So let me close this. So instead of clicking on anything, they just maybe type another question or continue the conversation. In that case, we will have to turn on something called as a no match. So click on this particular button. One second. So click on this button, then go to no match and click on add manually. We're going to remove this one and we're going to click on this plus icon. So just in case it's a no match, we take it directly to the AI agent. So now our carousel is bulletproof. If they click on a button, the AI agent knows which one they're interested in. And if they don't click on a button and just type anything, it just goes back to the AI agent. Now let's go back to our agent and do a bit of a prompting. Let's scroll down. So in order to display the carousel, call the, or maybe we can say exit to the pricing and plan, what we had named it. We had named it pricing and plans. So exit to the pricing and plans exit condition. If they are interested in any of those plans, and if they click on the CTA button, so CTA button is basically the book now button, you will receive a message saying interested in XYZ plan. So remember we had set up those 4 different variables, interested in cleaning, whatever it was. So I'm just telling it that in case they're interested and they click on a button, you will receive this. Once you know they're interested, give them more details about that plan. Ask them if they have any questions. Or if you can continue with the booking. So once you know that they're interested, give them more details about that plan. Ask them if they have any questions or if you can continue with the booking. So the recurring cleaning one has also been generated. Not a big fan of this clock, but I mean, it's okay. It's just a demo we're creating, so I mean, it's fine. So let's go back to the carousel, recurring cleaning, and let's upload the image. Okay, now if you look at it, the carousel looks pretty complete. We have the images, titles, descriptions, but I think one more thing we can do here is that instead of having it in one sentence, we can just, have bullet points for each one of them to increase the readability. So just put a hyphen in front of them, something like this, and let's see how it's looking. See, the number of words we're using is the same. It's just that we're putting it in the form of bullet points. So I don't think it should be cut off. And okay, there we go. So we have bullet points. Let's just remove the commas maybe. I think we can remove them. Okay, neat. Now let's do the same thing for the other ones. Okay. And then move in and move out. And lastly, this one. Now let's test it and let's see how it's looking. So I'm going to select pricing and plans. So perfect. I'd love to show you our pricing, our cleaning packages and pricing options. Let me pull up our plans for you right now. So standard cleaning plan. Okay. Deep cleaning. Move in, move out. And recurring. Now, since we already have the titles here, I think just having the same thing here doesn't make sense. Maybe let's just create a short version of these descriptions to be put as the title. I'm just going to copy the description and I'm going to say that. So we want to convert this description into an appealing title. Okay. Or maybe I should just use like all of these, right? So that's the first one. Then we have the second one, third, and fourth. Send. Okay, so I think these are good. Keep your home fresh and tidy. Reach every corner for a spotless finish. Perfect prep for new tenants or owners. Schedule care with exclusive discounts. Yeah, I think this is better as compared to having the same thing here. So let's go here. Let's do the first one. I'm just going to test it so that we're sure the entire thing is visible. Yeah, it is. Okay. Maybe I'll just remove the full stop. And then for deep cleaning, then for move in and move out, and finally for recurring. Now let's see how it's looking finally. Okay, standard cleaning plan and keep your home fresh and tidy. Okay. Deep cleaning. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so let's do one final test and then we will move forward if things are working fine. If not, we can always fix them. So let's select pricing and plans. Okay, here is our beautiful carousel. Let's click on book now. Okay, so I think the conversation stopped. There's some problem. So if we look at the logs, it basically got the book now request. It had set the variable we had asked it to. It also took it to the agent, but it did not really interpret it. Okay, well, in that case, let's just change the approach a bit. So what we're going to do is, in the carousel, let's go button by button. So for the first button, let's delete this action and have another action in which we are defining a variable. So by that, I mean that instead of the last utterance, let's create a variable of our own. So let's call it plan selected. And let's say standard cleaning plan. Okay. And we connect it here. So it's the same thing, but instead of the last utterance, which is a VoiceFlow's variable, we are creating our own variable. Let's try for the first button and see if it's working. Oh, actually, also in the prompt, we need to mention the variable so that it can access it. So scroll down. So in order to display the carousel, exit to the pricing and plans exit condition. Once they have selected a plan, you will receive a message. The selected plan is, and let's just mention the variable plan selected. So whatever they select, it will be filled right here. And we can just delete this line for now, the first line. So once you know they're interested, give them more details about the plan, and that remains the same. Okay, now let's test it. If it works, we can do the same thing for the other buttons as well. Okay, pricing and plans. Okay, first one. Hopefully it works out. Okay, great. I see you've selected. Okay, so this is working. Let's do the same thing for the other buttons as well. So first one we had done. Second one, we're going to delete this. Set variable value. And the variable was plan selected. And for the second one, it is the deep cleaning plan. Okay, and we connected back to the agent. Same thing for the next one as well. Set variable, value, plan selected. The third one was moving in, moving out. Don't forget to make this connection. So it goes to the AI agent. And the last one, so this was the recurring one. Recurring plan. Okay. And we name the connection back. Awesome. Now let's test it finally, and I think it should work all fine. Okay, let me select, let's say, move in, move out. Okay, this is perfect for when you're relocating. It includes, actually, I think I mentioned moving in, moving out instead of move in, move out. I will fix that. And then, okay, do you have any questions about this plan, or would you like me to help you get started with the booking? Which is perfectly fine. Let's just fix that one thing. So instead of moving in, moving out, it's move in and move out. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and set up the appointment booking flow and also connect it to the rest of the chatbot. But yes, let's put if they are ready to book, go to the appointment booking flow or the book a house cleaning flow. So go to this flow. If they have any questions, answer them and ask if you can continue with the booking. If they're not interested, ask if there is anything else you can help them with. And if they're done, just exit to the exit condition. Now let's just add a bullet point for each one of these. Actually, since this is under this, we must also add a few spaces here. So this is done, and now coming to the book a house cleaning flow. Okay, so let's start off. If they select book a house cleaning service, assist them with the booking process. Start by asking for the service they're interested in, or basically the plan. Give button options for the scene. Now, if you already know the plan they're interested in, maybe, previously in the conversation they had mentioned it, then don't ask this information again. So I've told it, if they had mentioned the plan they're interested in previously in the conversation, skip this step. Next, collect their name and collect their first name and last name. This is required. We can't skip it basically. Wait for their response. We can say this is required for the booking. Okay. Next up, we need their phone number. So collect their phone number. Okay. And lastly, collect their address. Make sure it is a complete address. No need for the country name or the state name, because that is quite obvious. And once you have all the information, call the book an appointment tool. Once successful, confirm that their appointment has been scheduled, or we can say that their booking is done, and one of our representatives will call them shortly. Okay, so we are collecting the first name, last name, phone number, and address. And yes, let's also collect their preferred time and date. I think it's better that we add this, and then one of their representatives can call for rest of the confirmation, and whatever process they do after the booking, they can do that. Okay, so let's collect all of this information and let's put it inside a Google Sheets, from where the representative can take the lead and basically follow up with them. So under tools, we're going to go with Google Sheets, and we're going to go with add to sheet. Then it's going to ask you to connect to your Google Sheets account. So just click on connect and do that. Open Google Sheet in a new tab, and let's just create a sheet for all of these. I think the first column can be the name. Then we have the phone number. After that, we have their preferred date and time. What else do we have? We have the address. Okay. And not to forget the interest, the plan they're interested in, basically. I'll just name it plan, okay? And let's name it bookings from the AI chatbot for clean homes. Okay, let's go back to our tool, and let's say pass over the name. You know what? Let's just copy it. Pass over the name, phone number, date and time, address, and plan to this tool to add it to the database. Now let's select the spreadsheet. So click on spreadsheet URL and then simply select the sheet. It might ask you to connect the Google account again, which is fine. Let's also mention the sheet name. So the sheet name is sheet 1. And let's also mention the column names. So column A, then this is column B, then this is column C, I suppose, column D, and column E. Okay. And yes, instead of the book and appointment tool, let's name it add to sheet tool. And here just mention always in caps lock. Once you have all the information, always call the add to sheet tool. Let's test it and let's see if it's working. So I'm going to go with book. Which plan are you interested in? So I think it got the plans a bit wrong. I'll have to mention that in the prompt, because I didn't tell it to search the knowledge base. So let me just mention it. So start by asking for the plan or the service. Give button options for the same, and let's mention it in a bracket. So we have standard cleaning, comma, deep cleaning, move in, move out, and recurring. Also, let's mention if they need help with choosing, assist them, and then make sure to continue with the booking. So, yeah, it's correct this time. Let's go with standard. Yashica Jen. So phone number, let me put some dummy one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Okay, again, a dummy address for now. Prefer date and time. Then do August at 2 p.m. Okay, so it's saying that the booking has been completed. Let's see. Okay, so Yashica Jen, then there's the phone number, then 22 August. Okay, address. Perfect. Awesome. Now from here, their employees can basically, have a look at the information and contact the customer. So is there anything else I can help? So let's say no. Okay, perfect. And chat has ended. So as soon as it's done, it ends the chat, which is what we wanted. Now, a few things. If you want, you will also connect it to a calendar or a booking system where it does the booking directly instead of adding it to a Google Sheet. So that's also a possibility. Now, at the end, we are just going to mention notes. So just with 2 hashtags, because this is an entire section of its own. Now, in the notes, you can mention anything you don't like about it or you wanted to improve upon based on your testing. So here I want to mention your responses must be well formatted to enhance readability. Bold the important points. Use bullet points. Proper line breaks. And spacing. Occasionally, use italics for side notes. Here, if they have any questions. Okay. By the way, when you're prompting, these Grammarly tools really help, right? Because maybe while typing, you wrote something incorrectly, then they correct you right away, which I think is great. So yeah, that's the first note I have. Also, I can mention that if anyone explicitly asks for the customer support contact, ask them to call 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Some dummy number. So if anyone asks for customer support contact, ask them to call this. Give this information out rarely. Or we can say barely. Okay. So yeah. By the way, you can keep adding to the notes based on what you see. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit publish. Okay, now before adding it to our website, we have to, work a bit on its appearance. So I want you to come to the third one, which says interfaces. After that, just open up this one. So modality is going to be chat. The chat interface is going to be a widget. So widget is basically this. When you click on it and it pops up, right? Pop over is something like this. I don't like it that much. And embed is when you embed it on your website. I just like to go with widget. Now the position is all fine. There is no need to change it. Stream text is needed. Voice input is needed. Now voice output is up to you if you want to keep it on or not. If you keep it on, it will speak out the messages. Some people like keeping it off, so it's a personal choice. Coming to appearance and style, so you can basically select the font family. I think this is pretty fine. Then for the colors, just make sure it matches your website. So if you have a blue website, this works. If not, you can, always go ahead and customize the colors. Then there is the logo. So make sure to upload your logo here. Then we can change the title. So your AI agent, we can change it to Lisa, customer support AI agent. Okay, and you can also see here. Then you can again change this image to your logo. Then you can also choose how this thing looks like. If you want to have this, this, or this. I like this one. You can change the text here. So we can say talk to Lisa or whatever. I just came up with this. Chat with Lisa is also an option. It's up to you. Okay, and then you can also change the image here. Then the placeholder text also you can change. I think message is fine, or you can say type your message. Doesn't make a big difference actually. Now, the AI disclaimer is a good one. So, whenever it's searching the knowledge base or whenever it's using AI to generate the reply, if you turn this on, it's going to mention that it has been generated by AI and, double check for accuracy. So, it's up to you if you want to give this disclaimer, but I'm just going to turn it off for now. And if you want to remove the VoiceFlow branding, you can turn this off. By the way, this is a paid feature. If you are paying them, only then you can turn it off. But as you know, right now we are on the trial, so we can use it. So since I don't have like a logo to upload, I'm just going to upload like a profile picture for it. Okay, so I have put it here, here, as well as here. Once all of these customizations are done, all you have to do is go back to workflows and hit publish. Now, instead of the customer support AI agent, I feel maybe we can change it to our customer support AI agent. Okay. And let's publish it again. So every time you make a change on VoiceFlow, you must publish it so that it is live on your website. I'm just going to show you how you can deploy this in a moment once this completes. Okay, so it's published. We're going to come back here to interfaces. Now you will see a snippet of code here, and it clearly mentions that you have to paste this code before the closing body tag of your website. So all you have to do is copy this code, head over to your website's code. If your website is through WordPress, for example, and you don't have access to the code, I will let you know how you can add it. But for now, let me show how you can do it for your custom coded websites. So I just vibe coded this website in like 5 minutes so that I can show you how to, deploy the AI chatbot on the website and how it looks like at the end. So let me take you to the code base of this particular website. So there we go. I used the Replit AI agent to create this. I didn't make any changes. I just gave it one prompt and it, came up with this site in like 5 minutes, I think. So please don't judge the site. Now, inside your index.html, all you have to do is you have to look for this body tag. So scroll to the very bottom and look for this body tag, which is closing. So if it's closing, there's going to be a slash in front of it. Okay, that means it's closing. And there you have to paste whatever VoiceFlow has given you. I stopped it and I started it again. And as you can see, we have the chatbot here. So let me go to the main website and let me refresh it. And there you go. Here is the chatbot. Now let me click on it. And there you go, Lisa, our customer support AI agent. Hey there, I'm Lisa from Clean Homes. How can I assist you today? If you're wondering if this is mobile friendly, yes, it is. You can even test it on your mobile. It looks very, very great. So let's go with pricing and plans. And here is our beautiful carousel, as you can see. Looks good, right? Okay, let me go with book now. Awesome. So let's book it. So let's change the name this time. So that's a dummy number I have put here. Okay, next up the address. I'll just put anything. And then the preferred date and time. So now it's doing the booking. Okay, booking confirmed. Let's check our Google Sheet. Jenny Smith, okay, 21st of August. Move in, move out. Awesome. Let's say thank you. Okay, chat has ended. Now, if someone wants, they can start a completely new chat. It's looking incredibly beautiful, I must say. It's matching with the website. We have the blues in place, we have the whites in place, and I mean, it's awesome. So I'm personally impressed with what we have created. So now for the people who don't have a custom coded website, maybe you're using, let's say, WordPress, or you're using GoDaddy, Wix, Hosting, or literally any other website builder out there. So in that case, all you have to do is go to a new tab, type VoiceFlow, and then type WordPress or whatever you're using. Hit send, and you will either find some documentation on how you can integrate the both, or you can just watch a video. This is like a 1 minute, 50 seconds video, which is going to show you how you can deploy it on your WordPress website. If it's custom coded, I've already told you the steps. And then there's always ChatGPT to help you through it, right? So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope this entire session or this entire video was valuable. I built everything in front of you completely live so that you can understand the thought process behind it and how things are done. If you want to see more of this in the future, maybe I built something else completely live in front of you, do let me know in the comments below. I hope you build it for your business, or maybe build it hypothetically to just learn how you build these AI chatbots. And if you did, just let me know your experience in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for AI systems for your business, then don't forget to check out our website, link in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know, and don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn as well as X. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, bye.